Hi, everyone. It's Maria Semple of the Prospect Finder. Thanks so much for signing up for this webinar today. As you know, you've signed up to attend Email Marketing Trends of 2018. So we're going to be going over a few things for those of you who are Constant Contact customers, or perhaps those of you, we've got a few on the line I know that are not customers, and hopefully this will give you some ideas for improving your marketing over the next year. So everyone is muted. A couple of housekeeping. Everyone's muted. I'm going to ask you to use the chat box if you have questions. I will take the questions at the end so that we can address those. So just kind of jot them down and hit them over to me, and I'll review them at the end. I will be sending you the slides afterward. So if you want to just sort of sit back and enjoy and take a couple notes, you can do so, and I will get you the slide deck afterwards if there's anything you'd like to review. I'm also recording this today, so I can put it on my YouTube channel in case you want to review the whole thing, or if you have another colleague in your office that you might need to share it with. And in the follow-up email that I'll send you afterward, it's going to also include another event that I'm doing. For those of you who are local to me here in New Jersey, I'm going to be doing an event on March 15th in Piscataway, New Jersey at the Rutgers Club. It's a marketing strategy day. So be on the lookout for information about that in the follow-up email that I'll send you. It's going to be 3 speakers, and it's a half-day event in Piscataway, and we're really going to focus on a small group, no more than 35 people permitted, and it's going to be a great way to really jumpstart and help you finish strong for the rest of the year. Those of you who are not Constant Contact customers, the email is also going to contain a promo code so that you'll be able to save on Constant Contact if you decide you want to go ahead and sign up for it. So why don't we delve right in? In case any of you need to reach out to me afterward, you can of course find me on social media, through email, through my website. And for those of you who don't know, I did publish a book back in 2015 called Magnify Your Business. It's tips, tools, and strategies for growing your business or your nonprofit. So you can check that out on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, all the usual places online. So let's get into this. So in an ever-growing and ever-changing digital world, it's really imperative as a small business owner to grow and change with it. Here's what we've really found through Constant Contact. Customers are really looking for more meaningful and deeper relationships. Okay, so they really are looking for that. And at the same time, they're looking for more immediate impressions and responses that are interactive with your business as well. And they want messages and content that are really personalized, specific to them. They really want that feeling of, wow, that's just what I needed when I needed it type of a reaction. So this can feel a little counterintuitive, building that connection that feels like you're face-to-face, but you're in a digital world. So that's why I'm going to give you 3 trends that can help you foster this type of relationship with your audience and kickstart your digital and email marketing efforts this year. These are the 3 trends. We're going to be talking about using data to learn more about your audience's interests and really to be able to create that relevant content. We're going to use that data to then personalize your messages so that they can get that made just for me feeling. And then we're going to be automating these messages so that we're going to save you time and resources while communicating immediately and effectively with your audience. And I know that time and resources was something that you all answered. Not all, but most of you answered that time and resources was just something that you really felt was an issue for you in terms of your marketing challenges. So let's take a deeper look at all 3 of these trends. So there's no shortage of data available these days, and access isn't the problem. It's making sense of all that data that's really going to be beneficial to your business, and that's important. it also goes beyond opens and clicks through click-throughs to those actions and interests. So let's take a look at the data available to you in your Constant Contact account. That's going to help you to understand who your best customers are. And hopefully this will help you to create carefully crafted messages to them based on what you know about them. So open rates. Knowing who opens your emails will identify which of your contacts are active and engaged. It reflects whether or not your current content is relevant, if you're sending it at the right time and date that's relevant for your audience, and if they're receptive to hearing from you. Then we can drill into even more detail with those who've opened the email by taking a look at the click-through rates. This will tell us those who open the email who are paying attention to your calls to action. It's also going to tell us who's ready to take action on some sort of an ask that you've made, a call to action. And it even tells us if they're more tolerant of receiving more information about the particular topic that they clicked on. Even the did not opens or the contacts that are more dormant on your list can tell you a number of things as well. This is going to identify those who are, maybe a little tired or over communicated with on your list. It could mean that they prefer their main source of communication with your business to come from some other channel, maybe on social media. So you might want to try something new or different. Or it could simply mean that you're sending at the wrong day and the wrong time of day, and you need to do some further testing. Okay, so that's the great thing about looking at all of this data, is that you're going to be able to test the date and time over the course of sending out your emails. You're going to be able to look back at the data and make some decisions going forward as to your optimal day of the week and time of day that your audience is going to be the most receptive. So one of the larger pitfalls that we see when sending emails is creating content around what you want rather than what your recipients want. So let's take a look at how to use this information to create personalized email content. Personalizing the messages to each contact really can feel like a bit of a daunting task. Sometimes we assume that we mean more time spent crafting different emails with different messages to different lists, and we automatically go to that place of, is this really necessary? And the answer is yes, but keep in mind it doesn't necessarily mean that the extra time and resources. So, let me explain. So a little bit of background on the stats. So 52% of the consumers say they're going to switch to a different brand if there's not an effort to send personalized content. And 45% of online shoppers are more likely to shop content that is relevant and personalized to them. And you're going to see higher opens and click-throughs, 29% higher in readability, and 41% more taken action if you personalize the message. I don't know about you, but that seems pretty worthwhile, the effort, to me. So again, if you don't want to spend extra time creating personalized content, don't stress. I have some helpful tips that I'm going to share here today. First, try personalizing your message with details about your contact that you can collect from contact details with our state-of-the-art list growth tools, like the Popup Form. Okay, this is a form you can put on your website, which is said to convert or collect up to 13 times more emails than any other type of sign-up form that you can put on your website. I think we've all experienced pop-up forms. Some people love them, some people hate them. You can also use an inline or embedded form. So that's what I have on my website. I have that inline embedded form. And a sign-up landing page. So all these forms are completely customizable and available in your Constant Contact account, no additional fees, with the contact details that you'd want to include in an email. So from there, you can create an email that allows you to talk to your reader like you would if they were standing right in front of you. And so you want the conversation to seem personal. In fact, personalized messages improve click-through rates by about as much as 14%. So it's a great way to catch your reader's attention. So make sure when you're creating this form that's going to be collecting the information that you are letting people self-assign to the lists that they want to be assigned to. So in this particular instance here, people can decide they only want to get recipes, for example, from this particular restaurant, Jack's Barbecue. So if that's what they want to get and that's the only piece of content they get, then that means anytime you're sending out your email campaigns and it has to do with something else, maybe an event that you have going on, make sure you're not also sending it to the recipe list because those folks might have only wanted the recipes. So let people self-select what type of information they're interested in getting from you. So you can also use contact details to further personalize the email. So in this example, the Half Moon Yoga Studio, we've inserted the Monday's class and Monday's class time and Wednesday's class time details. And this email is going to remind contacts which classes they registered for and when they are held. So of course, those data points had to be collected, right, and in your and available in your Constant Contact account so that you'll know which classes people are interested in, particular which days of the week, for example. So when the email sends, it's also going to add the name that it's stored for the recipient's class information in the database. So I also encourage you to add a text box at the very top of your email for what we call pre-header text. So that pre-header text at the top actually displays right below the subject line in the inbox. So this is while people are looking at the email in their inbox, they haven't opened the email yet, and this is particularly relevant for mobile devices. And we know that well over 50% of emails are opened on mobile devices now. So this is that line of text that I like to call extra real estate in somebody's inbox. And it can be used as an extension of your subject line to really entice your audience to open the email. So the first 5 to 8 words in the pre-header text are the most important. But you'll want to be strategic with about the first 11 to 18 words because different email clients and mobile devices have different character limits. Plus, many of our customers at Constant Contact see success when they personalize the pre-header text with a greeting or contact details. It's a great way to catch your reader's attention. When you see your name under the subject line in your inbox, I think we all intuitively think, oh, this is, an email directly to me, and it may help you get and boost higher open rates. So for those of you who talked about trying to get higher open rates in one of your marketing challenges, this is a strategy you'll definitely want to put into place and use that pre-header text area. So you can also use click segmentation to merge contacts based off of their click behavior. So as you're building an email, you're given the capability to do something now called enable click segmentation. And this is a newer feature in Constant Contact. So for those of you who are current customers and you have perhaps not seen this before or you're just starting to see it now, it means as soon as someone clicks on a link, they can be merged directly into an interest list specific to that topic. So in this particular example for Jack's Backyard Barbecue, if someone clicks on that button that says download the recipe, they can be added to a separate list. So you create a list, maybe it's called, clicks on downloaded recipes. And then you can message those folks separately. Actually, you can even set up an automated series of emails to go out to people who just click on that particular button. So again, that click segmentation is going to not only get you those segmented lists that you need, but it can also potentially kick off an automated series of emails to go out to those people. So once the contacts have been saved to their own list, you can then later create an email with the same message, saving you time and effort. You simply copy the email, modify the verbiage used for the appropriate audience, and schedule it to send. So let's take a look at these examples on the screen for this animal organization called Hearts and Tails Animal Rescue. So if we know that people are interested in adopting certain animals, dogs, birds, cats, for example, we'll send them information on those adoptable animals. So people interested in dogs will see information pertaining to the adoptable dogs because we've added them to the dog lovers list. The same can be said for the birds on the bird lovers list and for the cat lovers on the list. So, you know, there are other ways you can segment as well. For those of you who are using other outside tools that can be integrated with your Constant Contact account, think about those systems and platforms that you're currently using for your business or your nonprofit. Are they collecting purchasing information or donation behaviors? Does it share with you when those consumers are purchasing with you, or how often? And this can help you mold your communication strategies to those consumers. So think of some of those segmentation tools and think about how you can then integrate them and get that connection going between these tools and your Constant Contact account. So now that we have a better sense of how we can not only personalize and save a little bit of time in doing it, let's talk about the biggest time saver of all, and I alluded to that a couple of minutes ago. So we want to talk about automating our personalized messages. So autoresponders, you may have heard of this. It's a campaign that allows you to create a series of automated emails, and it's triggered whenever a new contact joins your mailing list. So somebody could be signing up through your website, someone could be signing up through the text to join feature. Someone could be signing up through your Facebook account, okay? And using this autoresponder tool helps to introduce your contacts to your organization and really helps build your relationship by helping to keep them engaged. So it's designed to help you communicate with new subscribers on specific lists. So when a contact joins the list associated with that series, so maybe you've got a sign-up box on your website, and when people sign up there, they might automatically be segmented into specific lists. When they join the list in the series, either manually or through that form on your website or through click segmentation even, you have the option to include the existing contacts on your list as well, so no one misses out. So these automated series can be used, again, for new prospects joining specific lists or for people that you already have assigned to your lists. They can be put into an automated series. So there are really 3 different types of automated emails: welcome emails, and birthday emails, anniversary emails. These are all considered emails that can be automated. So welcome emails are automated that are triggered when subscribers sign up on one of your email lists, as I talked about a couple of minutes ago. And this is really a great tool in place to greet your new subscribers. So you want to provide them in this welcome email. This is the place where you might deliver a download or a coupon in that welcome email. So this is a great strategy to use. Welcome emails, we have found, have some of the highest open and highest click-through rates. So take advantage of the information that you can provide for people and strike while that iron is hot right in the welcome email. An autoresponder series allows you to create a sequence of personalized emails that are sent after a subscriber joins a particular list. So if you've got content that you want to share with your contacts in a specific order for a specific period of time, then the autoresponder series is the tool for you. And sometimes you may have heard of these called as drip campaigns, and I think we've all sort of been on the receiving end of a drip campaign. Perhaps you've made a purchase on an online store and then, you'll get an email maybe a week or two later after you've made that purchase, and you might get asked to review the product, something like that. So, I think we've all sort of been in an autoresponder series ourselves. The third type of automated email we can do is a birthday or an anniversary email. And by anniversary here, what I mean is annual date-based reminders, right? So like maybe membership renewals. So for those of you on the call who are some sort of a nonprofit or a membership-based organization, and you need to be able to send out renewal notices, that's what we mean by the anniversary emails. A good thing that you can do in knowing somebody's month that they were born in, you can send them birthday coupons or a birthday greeting message. And really it's, without having to create a new email each month. So these are the three different types of automated series that you can create in your Constant Contact account. I'm actually doing a webinar tomorrow at noon that's going to be focused specifically on creating automation. So we're going to go a little bit more in depth on this as well. So when your click segmentation is partnered with an automated series, your contacts not only are getting the content that they want in their, but they're getting it in real time. And so this fosters the type of relationship that we discussed in the beginning of today's session. So let's take a look at some examples here. So Jack's Backyard Barbecue, known for its delicious food, but Jack wants his patrons to know that they offer more than just a fantastic dining experience. So when someone shows interest in Jack's emails, he automatically welcomes them with a thank you email and a free appetizer. He sends secret family recipes, cooking tips, and exclusive invites to subscriber-only events. He's also added click segmentation to each of those emails, knowing that when someone clicks to download a recipe, they're most likely interested in other recipes, thus they get added to that recipe list. Okay? And for those of you who are wondering about those animated messages that you're seeing in the email there, those are created instead of inserting a static JPEG or a PNG photo. You can actually create GIF message, GIF, .gif photos that are animated like this. There are a number of free online tools where you can create that, and those can be added into your email as well to kind of make it a little bit more engaging and make it pop a little bit more. Here's another example here, XYZ Marketing, a business-to-business consulting firm. So for those of you who are wondering, okay, I'm not an online store, I'm not a restaurant, but I'm a business-to-business firm, a B2B. So you can send, in this case, they're sending a welcome email to those who show interest in their services. This same email prompts their new potential clients to take an initial survey, which will provide the consulting firm with more information about what the potential client needs. The next triggered email thanks them for completing the survey and provides a video for the client to learn more about XYZ Marketing. And so that builds a rapport with the business. And then after learning what the client needs, XYZ Marketing Company segments their audience to different lists. For example, social media hints and tips, which triggers a hints and tips newsletter to help better educate their clients. Here's an example in a nonprofit organization called Sierra's Race. It's a nonprofit that sends an email and save the date asking their participants to register for one of their annual races that they do. So those who select yes and register are merged onto a list that triggers an autoresponder series, an automated series with information on training for a road race, anatomy of running shoe, prizes they have a chance to win, etc. So not only were these emails more relevant, they also created anticipation and excitement for race day, which increased the organization's attendance on the day of the event. So I'm hoping that this is all starting to make a little bit of sense for you. If not, that's okay, it will. Sometimes you just have to take a step back and think about these individual pieces first before puzzling them together for a larger strategy. So I often recommend, if you're thinking about setting up the click segmentation and these automated series, try and take that 30,000-foot view of your business. You know, what in an ideal world, what would you want to send to new prospects who sign up through your email, through your website? Maybe there's a series of 3 messages or 5 messages that you would want to send out and drip to them, maybe over a period of 90 days or so. Okay, so think about what is that series you would send, and what is the cadence, what is the timing that you would send that out. So what do we do next? So we need to get to work. Don't hesitate in putting these trends into place to kickstart your marketing this year. Make sure to sit down and make a plan to implement these strategies. Okay, and I have some resources that I have available on my website, through my YouTube channel. Constant Contact has plenty of resources as well, so please don't hesitate to look at their blog and some of their online learning tools that they have. And certainly, if you're not already using email marketing, make sure you check out the email I'm going to send you with a special promo code after today's session. So the the event that I have coming up in March, March 15th to be specific, is going to be at the Rutgers Club in Piscataway, New Jersey. The website that you can go to for more information about that event is njmarketingexpo.com. I'm partnering up with 2 other marketing experts so that we can really get you focused. As I mentioned earlier, simply go to that website, and we're keeping it maxed at just 35 people for this particular event. So don't delay if you're interested in attending that event. And for those of you who are interested in signing up for a 60-day free trial, I'm going to be able to send you the link to sign that up and a promo code so that you'll be able to save 30% off your first 3 months of Constant Contact. So let's see if there are any questions that have come in. I know I've gone through this pretty quickly. And feel free, if you have any questions that you'd like to type into the chat box. You can also email me afterward today if you think of a question afterward. But certainly feel free to go ahead and type that question in now, and I'd be glad to answer that for you. So one of the questions that I had was those buttons that you saw in those emails, those calls to action, if you will. So like the, get the recipe now, download now, all of those buttons. Those are easily attainable in the newest Constant Contact editor. If you're not seeing the ability to drag buttons into your email, give the customer support team a call over at Constant Contact. Tell them that you want to be added to the newest editor so that you'll be able to use those call to action buttons. I recommend that the buttons be darker in color with a white font. So try and keep in line with the branding that you have going on your website. But typically the buttons that have a dark color with white font overlaid is going to really stand out a little bit more. So again, thank you all for attending today on this brief webinar talking about some of the email marketing trends you want to pay attention to this year. Again, this is Maria Semple, and look forward to reconnecting with some of you on tomorrow's webinar, where I'm going to focus on automated email strategies, autoresponders, and hopefully some of you I'll even see at the upcoming event in March. So thanks very much. And, oh, wait, we got one other question. For a nonprofit, how do we turn those, click our donation link into donors who then give to our campaigns? How do we turn those that click on our... Okay, so if they're clicking on the donation link, I'm thinking that you're talking about a donation link that's in the email. You can then put those into a separate clique segmentation campaign, an automated series that can go to those folks, maybe letting them know about some of the new programs and services that have been launched or have been funded as a result of the donors who have contributed this year. It's a great way to kind of continue the cultivation of those donors. So I would really recommend that those who take that click action within the email, the donation button, I would recommend that you segment them into a separate list so that you can message them differently than you may message some of the other folks. Okay, great. Thanks for that question. And again, I look forward to reconnecting with some of you. And thanks so much for attending the webinar today.